Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, I guess it looks like I'm back at it once again with, of course, another thoughts video, yeah. So yeah, not even just about 2 days after my previous one that I did, and I'm back at it once again with, of course, another one of these. So yeah, I guess if anything, I do hope the last thoughts video that I did, where I talked about the final trailer for the upcoming Super Mario Brothers movie, which is slated to come out next month, is good enough to help fill in the gap for sure. Probably just as a good way to, of course, pretty much help correspond with my TorCon videos. That thankfully, I do hope a lot of you guys really enjoyed those, because yeah. Could have done a whole lot more during that con, but I did the best I could for sure, and I still had a good time, so yeah. I guess it's after that, again, right up until my next convention that I'll be going to later on down the road, which is, of course, Heroes and Villains Con right around next month, and I'm really excited for that, and I'll be sure to share some updates on that when it comes around. I think it's about time that I get myself back into, of course, seeing movies on the big screen like I do always, for sure, so yeah. I guess it's what I can do for, of course, that front, and yeah. Quite literally, pretty much I still got a good batch that I need to get out of the way, and yeah, I guess you can pretty much know the drill on, of course, at that front for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so I guess for today's thoughts video for sure, yeah, I guess from what I can gather, it looks like we're, of course, going to be diving back into pretty much well, here's actually a big surprise. We're actually going to be diving into another horror movie for sure, so yeah, quite literally just about 3 months in, and yeah, it looks like we're jumping from one horror movie that I talked about in the first couple of months all the way to another real fast, so yeah, I guess it's actually quite fitting, of course, that front for sure, and excuse me, so yeah, and I guess since I know back in January I had a blast with, of course, Megan, and of course last month in February I was in for one bonkers and yeah, really good experience with, of course, Cocaine Bear. I guess I kind of figure for today's thoughts video, I think we're going to be diving back into a well-known horror franchise that I did talk about previously in these videos, that I guess I might as well dive back into here today, so yeah. I guess it's actually quite fitting, of course, that front for sure, so yeah, we're diving from, of course, one great horror film to a really good horror film to, of course, the next one that we're going to be talking about here today, and boy, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, let alone read the title of this, I think you can pretty much see where I'm going at. But for those who don't for sure, I think it's about time that we pretty much take on Ghostface once again, as we're going to be talking about the latest installment in the Scream movies. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on the hat front for sure. I did talk about, pretty much talk about it last year, and here I am talking about it again 1 year later, so yeah. And I guess based on that subtle hint, yep, we're going to be diving back into the Scream movies for sure, as we're going to be talking about the latest installment in these movies, which is, of course, Scream 6, so yeah. Yeah, I guess it's what I'm going to be talking about here today. Scream 6 is, of course, the latest installment in the Scream movies that had just recently came out this weekend, and yeah, I myself have actually got the privilege to actually go and see it, and well, here I am talking about it here today, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so, before I could go ahead and, talk about, the latest, Scream movie, I think I might as well, get some, things, out of the way first, just in case, pretty much you guys are a little bit unfamiliar for sure, so... So yeah, I guess for starters, if you may not recall, well over a year ago, I've of course talked about pretty much one of the Scream movies in these thoughts videos right around last year, which is of course Scream 2022, also known as, well, either Scream 5 or, well, just Scream. And yeah, if you actually pretty much have seen that thoughts video, I highly encourage you pretty much, yeah, or should I say, if you haven't actually seen it, I highly encourage you go and watch that first before diving into this one. But for those who actually did and want a little recap on, of course, why I thought about it, yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind, I actually really do like the pretty much the Scream movie from last year for sure. I think it actually really does a incredible job, and of course, keeping up with the spirit of course, the previous Scream movies that came out before, which, yeah, around the time I actually did see that film, and not to mention this film, I still haven't seen the first 4 Scream movies, which, yeah. Judging by the way I said that, you would think it would make me less qualified to actually review the recent ones that came out, and you'd be right on that, so... But hey, regardless of course, at that front, yeah, don't get me wrong, I will, of course, check out the other Scream movies later on for sure, as yeah, believe it or not, they have actually been a well-known staple in, of course, the horror genre, and of course, some really great slasher films for sure, pretty much alongside plenty of others, like, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and that's just to name a few for sure, So yeah, I'll definitely take a look at the other Scream movies later on down the road once I get the time and the money. But for now, I guess if anything, just as a little recap, I really enjoyed the first, pretty much the, yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed the Scream movie that came out last year for sure, and yeah, it really does keep the spirit of course, the previous films that actually came out before. But at the same time, it actually does do a fine job, and of course, pretty much tackling the subject of course, pretty much a certain trend that's been going on in recent years, which is, of course, requels. So yeah, you know what I mean? Basically, just a sequel and a reboot all rolled up into one for sure, and yeah, surprisingly enough, in the recent years in regards to horror films for sure, yeah, particularly carrying out the idea of requels, just pretty much have it be both a sequel and a reboot to the original while still carrying the same title as the original. I actually do think it's actually quite fascinating for sure, and I'm really impressed that pretty much the Scream movies have actually jumped into this trend for sure. Similar to, of course, other films that came before that I did talk about for sure, like, of course, Halloween 2018 and Candyman 2021, So yeah, I guess regardless on that front, I really do like Scream 2022 for sure. Yeah, I mean, sure, I couldn't rank it in, of course, one of my favorite movies for, of course, 2022 last year, but I still think it's actually a really, really good movie for what it is. So much so that, well, I actually do have pretty much the Scream movie from last year on Blu-ray that I actually got as one of many Christmas presents that I got from my sister well over a few months ago. So yeah, really quite thrilled that I actually have this for sure. So yeah, thanks, sis. And yeah, like I said, I will eventually get my hands on the other Scream movies, aside from, of course, this one later on down the road for sure, So yeah, I guess that's what I can say on that front for now. So yeah, I guess until then, we'll just keep our focus mainly on this movie that came out for sure, and I'm actually quite surprised on how fast last, pretty much, this, recent Scream movie actually, decided to, get itself out, for, sure, as, yeah, pretty much well over a year later after, the last film that, came out before, this one, finally came, into the midst, for, sure, so yeah, and I guess pretty much on that thought, since after seeing last year's Scream movie that came before this one, I guess it makes sense to finally go into this new one just to see how well it actually doing, how well it picks things up after the first film, and how much things have actually grown since we've actually got to know these characters for sure. Yeah, but all those that I can say on, of course, that front for sure, So yeah, and luckily enough, I did manage to, of course, pretty much come back after, of course, seeing this film for what it is, and I guess a lot of you guys are wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I got the chance to see it? Well, I'm not gonna lie. I actually surprisingly like this one. Yeah, I'm completely serious. Yeah, I actually really do like this recent Scream movie for sure, and ironically enough, it's pretty much the same reaction I felt to, of course, pretty much Scream 2022 last year for sure. So yeah, I guess in comparison to the last film that came before, I actually do think this recent Scream movie is pretty much on the same level as the previous film that came before this one. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say on that front. That actually does show like how much I really like this movie for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Well, good to know that one's done. So. Alright, so now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for, of course, this film. For starters is, of course, the story, and yeah, I will have to say, story-wise, I actually do think it's actually brilliantly well-crafted for sure. Pretty much it actually does a fine job, and of course, picking up exactly where the last film left us off, but also gave us something that is fresh and relevant, while keeping true to the spirit of course, the previous films that came before this one for sure, and that's something I actually really do admire in, of course, this movie for sure. It doesn't actually do something that'll make it more, yeah, pretty much makes it anything stale or repetitive for sure. No, they actually try to expand the whole lot and try to do something new and different that would get ourselves hooked onto. And I actually do think this movie really does define that for sure. Yeah, I was, of course, really hooked on with, of course, what goes on story-wise. Though, I will admit, some parts of it did kind of bore me a bit, but regardless, of course, that front, I actually really like the nice direction from, of course, the film's story for sure, and to see what they're gonna tackle upon for sure, and I really do admire that in its entirety. So yeah, and of course, on top of all that, the writing, I have to say, again, I will have to admit, it was actually really well crafted for sure. Every single bit that I've actually seen all throughout this movie, it's actually brilliantly well crafted, and I really do admire on how well this movie is actually written out for sure. It's actually really something to really get myself hooked on to, and I just couldn't get enough of it. Though, yeah, much like with, of course, part of my main complaint that I have with part of the story, pretty much for parts of the writing, I have to say, yeah, maybe I felt that it could have been rewritten a whole lot, maybe a little bit more, just to the hell know what goes on for sure. As yeah, some parts of it did get massively confusing in some parts, but hey, pretty much the good and actually really exciting stuff that this movie is actually giving us for sure. I say it really does work well, and I really love how well it's actually pretty much it's actually a Donga for sure, and I really do admire that for what it is, So yeah, I guess despite a few little bumps I actually do have with, of course, this movie, I will admit the story and the writing, I have to say, yeah, could have used small chunks of it that could have been reworked a little bit, but I actually do think they really did a fine job with, of course, both of those aspects. Just pretty much do something new and different while still carrying out, of course, pretty much the spirit of course, the previous films that came out before this one, but also does a fine job in picking up exactly where the last film left us off and how well they're actually work around these problems and issues for sure. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front for sure. They're that good in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things that I should talk about for, of course, this film. So yeah, for starters is, of course, the characters, and yeah, pretty much of anything, I know for sure that I really do like the characters, and of course, the last film for sure, seeing of how we actually did get to know them for sure, and the way they've actually pretty much having our new set of characters that we got to know correspond with the with the old characters from the previous films. Actually does make it a really good blend that I really do admire for sure, and yeah, I can actually say the same thing for the characters and, of course, this film for sure. Except the only difference is that, well, we still got to know them and actually got a really good sense of development from, of course, all of them. But I also really do love on the evolution and, of course, how much growth that we've actually got to know these characters for sure. So yeah. So yeah, that's actually what I do admire, and of course the characters in this film, I've really got to know them very well since the last film, but I also do admire on how much they have grown and evolved since we last saw them for sure. So yeah, that's actually one thing I can say on that front. I really do admire the characters for sure, so yeah. I guess it's what I can say for that aspect for sure, and of course, pretty much, just, sorry about that, Alright, so, yeah, now that I've actually got the characters out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and move on to, of course, the actors playing all these characters for sure, and yeah, I will have to say, all the actors that came on board to play all these characters, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually really do think they pulled off some really great performances, in my opinion. I really do admire, of course, pretty much how well they gave out each and every single one of their performances for sure, and I really do admire, of course, on how well they've actually done for sure. I've really got invested with, of course, each and every single one of them for sure, and I just couldn't get enough of them for sure, So yeah, I guess it's what I can say for the actors playing all these characters. They really pulled off some really great performances, and I really do admire them all the way, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that front. Yeah, that certainly feels good. Alright, so yeah, it looks like I've finally got those two aspects out of the way, So yeah, what else is there for me to talk about for, of course, this film for sure? Well, quite a whole lot, actually. For starters, much like every other horror film, pretty much the talking atmosphere for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually do think it's actually brilliantly well done for sure. Just judging by the way I've actually seen it, I think it really does flow out very well, and I really do admire, of course, what it's actually done for sure. Really does pretty much do something a little bit different, much like the last few films that came before, but actually does it in a new and a creative way that really does step it up a notch for sure, and I do admire the way they've actually done that for sure, and plus, on top of that, pretty much the scares they've actually done, I will admit, they are actually brilliantly well done, in my opinion. I mean, sure, I think there are some that I did actually expect from like a mile away for sure, but the way they've actually utilized the scares and, of course, these ones is actually brilliantly well done. And, yeah, there are some times where, of course, I did jump out of my seat because of how well these scares are. So, yeah, it's that creative, in my opinion, and I really do admire that. And I guess the same thing can be said for, of course, the kills and, of course, these films for sure. So yeah, the way they've actually showcased the pretty much the kills and, of course, this movie just by having someone die in these films is actually really well done. I really love on how creative they actually turned out to be for sure. They didn't just pretty much do the same old basic stab someone to death type of gimmick. No, they went all out. Yeah, they went all out, of course, pretty much on these kills in this movie, and it's actually brilliantly well done. And whenever you see someone dying, of course, these films, you really, and especially in this film, you really did feel like they actually died for sure. So yeah, I really do admire like how creative the kills are for sure, and yeah, I guess that's what I can say on that front, because well, you need to have kills in a horror film for sure, so yeah. So yeah, could you really imagine if there's a horror movie out there where nobody died? I'm quite curious to see how that will actually work for sure, so yeah. I guess moving on, so yeah, and of course visually from what I'm actually seeing, pretty much from what I've actually seen with, of course, the pretty much the way they've designed the sets to, of course, pretty much showcasing several different aspects through the film's visuals. Yeah, I will have to say it's actually very well creative, and I really do admire, of course, the way they've actually showed that off for sure. It's actually very, very well done, in my opinion, So yeah, and of course, the direction, and of course, this film by the film's director, for sure, to which, yeah, I should note, pretty much going all the way according to the back, yeah, apparently, pretty much the guys who actually directed the last film for sure, that goes by the name of Radio Silence, is actually brought back to direct this film for sure, and yeah, they've really done an incredible job with, of course, this one, since the last one for sure. I do think the direction, of course, this film is actually very well done. I do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure, so yeah, and I really love on how well shot this film is through some really, really great cinematography for sure, and of course, the film is cut up perfectly through some really, really fantastic editing, I have to say, and yeah, that's just to name me a few for sure, so yeah, I guess with all those I have to say, probably the most important thing is that, well, yeah, it really did pick up from, of course, the last film that left us off for sure, but actually did crank it up a notch to what I didn't expect for sure, but still carries out the charm and the legacy, and even the spirit of course, the last Scream movies that came out before this one, so yeah, I guess it's what I can say on, of course, that front for sure, So yeah, I guess with all those I have to say, that actually does show on how much I really like this movie for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so I guess overall, Scream 6 is without a doubt a really good sequel to a really good requel of course, pretty much the original Scream movie for what it is. So yeah, with all those aspects I can say, sure there could have been some stuff that could have been tweaked out or of course rewritten a whole lot more to make it all the more fantastic for sure. But what they've actually showed off for, of course, this one, it's still brilliantly well done. And I really do admire, of course, how well this movie is actually done for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, for what it is, I actually really do like this movie as much as I enjoyed the previous film that came before it. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I still like Scream 2022 for what it is for sure, so yeah, and even taking away the first 4 films to this franchise that came before this one, I still think this qualifies as a really good horror movie for what it is, just of how self-aware and of course how over-the-top it can be for sure. So I could definitely say the same thing for, of course, this film for sure. So yeah, really do admire, of course, what it's actually done for sure, and I'm actually really impressed on, of course, how well it actually turned out for what it is. So yeah, I guess about anything, if you got the time and if you have like a couple hours of your time to spend for sure, then I say this is one movie I do recommend for sure, whether you're a fan of course, any movies, whether be a horror fan or not, so yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front. So if you got the time, I highly recommend Scream 6 for you to check out for sure. It's definitely worth your time for sure, and I really do admire that guy for what it is for sure, and yeah, and I guess the only question is, will there come a time that some point around next year or so we might get a Scream 7? We shall wait and see on that. So yeah, if they ever do decide to make a Scream 7 in the near future, I would be on board to actually see it, just to see what they're gonna do next for sure. But only time will tell on that. But yeah, I guess until then, I do recommend Scream 6 for what it is. It is, of course, a really good horror film for what it is, and I really do admire it for what it's actually done, and I couldn't help but recommend it all the way. Now, as for my final score, yeah, I guess seeing how I did say it's pretty much on par with, of course, the last film that came before, yeah, I guess I'll be nice on this one, and I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, really good movie for what it is, and yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it's one of the best I've actually seen, but I really do like it for what it's actually done, and certainly right there on par with, of course, the last film for sure, So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front for sure, so yeah. So yeah, quite a bit of an interesting turn of events as we speak in terms, I guess out of all the movies I've actually seen so far, it looks like 3 of the ones that land in the horror genre are, of course, the only good movies I've actually seen so far. Yeah, I mean, first Megan, then Cocaine Bear, and now this, so if this is actually an interesting turn of events for me, then boy, I guess I'm in for one wild ride, so yeah. Hopefully maybe the next film that'll come out later on down the road might actually break that chain for sure, but yeah, only time will tell on that, so yeah, I guess it's what I can say overall for sure. Alright. And I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, let me know in the comment section below if you have seen Scream 6, and of course, tell me what you thought about this one. I would love to know, So yeah, I guess that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and yeah, now that I finally got that out of the way, hopefully I think the next film that I'll be talking about later on will actually give me something good alongside of course, pretty much the three films that I just saw, all of which in the horror genre for sure, so yeah, I'm quite curious to see on how that's gonna go for sure, but again, we shall wait and see on that. But I'm really excited to see what'll come next. So yeah, I guess right up until the the next movie I'll talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and of course, as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with SamAttack4427's, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and showing support to me on both of my wish lists on Amazon and Right Stuff Anime, and even supporting me with my link on Streamlabs that you can find on my Twitch page. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.